Hello guys, my name is Vexa, and today we'll be talking about why Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Online sucks. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the obvious stuff like that the online servers are bad or that the input delay is just really annoying. We already know all of that stuff, so I'm just gonna not mention it in this video. And with that out of the way, let's just get right into this video. Now let's start with everyone's favorite, Quick Play. So the only game modes we have in Quick Play are Solo or Elite Smash and Co-op. Now let's get into Solo. Solo Quick Play is the most popular one of the two. My first complaint has to do with the fact that Nintendo doesn't really support the competitive scene, which means that there isn't a way to only select random legal stages, like tournament legal stages. Yes, we have small and regular Battlefield and Final Destination, but those are all the stages we have. I just wish there was a way to select more stages, because we don't have a lot of variety right now, and I don't really like it. My second complaint is something that's just really weird in my opinion, and I do not know why this is a thing. Why can I not select random online? Why can I not do that? Like, I'm not gonna go further into this. I just think it's really weird that I cannot select random online, and that's all I'm just gonna say about it. I just think it's really weird. Something I also don't like is when I match into a good opponent and the game ends and I want to try a different character against them because I think or I feel like I could beat them with my other character. Let's say for example I was playing my secondary and I think I could beat them with my main, so I want to switch. Well, that means you will have to leave the game, choose your character, start a game, and then hope you run into them again. Like, why can't I just not press rematch and get the option if I want to select a different character? This just makes much more sense to me, and I think Nintendo should definitely look into this. The ranking system, or in other words GSP, is also pretty bad in my opinion. I can win 5 games in a row and gain 500,000 GSP, then lose once and lose 625,000 GSP, which is really annoying. I don't really know how the GSP system works, but I do know that it really needs some changes and it needs them quick, because if in the next Smash game the GSP system still works the same, it's over for online. The ranking system sucks, or at least make like an unranked game mode where you can play without losing or gaining GSP, because GSP currently is just really bad. The last thing I want to say about this is that I don't like how small the rule set selection is. The only options you have are format, aka doubles, free-for-all, and 1v1s, rules, aka stock, stamina, and time, the amount of stocks or HP, the timer, smash meter, the stages as mentioned before, and items, but you can't even choose which items. Now this was all I had for Solo. Let's move on to the next mode. So the next mode I want to talk about is Co-op Elite Smash. It's basically Elite Smash, but 2v2s. For Co-op, I have the exact same complaints as in Solo, so I can name all of them again, but I'm not going to. Just keep in mind that all of those are the same complaints, besides one, and that one is, why the fuck can this mode only be played locally? You gave us an online Co-op 2v2 mode that can only be played locally? I mean, come on Nintendo, I knew you guys were stupid, but this? Why can't I just team up with a friend to 2v2 random people online? The only actual way to do this is to either make an arena with your friend and wait for other people to join, or to find a 2v2 arena, join it, send your friend the code and ID, and then hope he can still join. Even though this works, it's fucking annoying. That's really all I had to say for co-op. Let's just get on to battle arenas. So battle arenas are better than Elite Smash solos if you have friends at least. The reason for this is because you can play as random, it has way more options in the option menu, you can do 2v2s, and you can use spirits and amiibos. Even though it has way more options than Elite Smash solos like I said before, it for some dumb reason doesn't have all the options. Like let's say for example 8-player Smash. One of the main issues I have with battle arenas has to do with the fact that I can't use multiple amiibos at once, or that I can't use my amiibo and play myself as well. I think this is just very dumb and honestly really weird that they just or didn't think of this, or they just decided you can't do these things. To me, this is just really odd. Something else is that I don't like the lack of communication options. Yeah, I guess you have the quick chat messages, but not really anything else. I get why they did this, but it's still annoying. Or when I want to play arenas with someone that's on my friend list who I don't have any way of communicating with because I don't have them on anything other than my Switch friend list, I want to be able to invite them to my arena. I know this is possible in other games, so why can't I do this for Smash? This would just be a really cool feature in my opinion, and it would help a lot, especially if we had more communication options. Then this would be really good. That was all for battle arenas. Let's get into general online content. With general online content, I mean of course all the content that is available to us to play online. So I could go on and say that the general online content in Smash Ultimate is at least okay, but my mama told me to never lie, so I'll just be honest. It is just straight up shit. Of course you have the modes that I already talked about in this video, but you also have other modes like Spectate mode. Spectate mode is literally what it says it is. You watch other people play. Even though there isn't much to say about this mode since it is really simple, there is one thing that could actually make it worth to do, and that is filters. I wish you could select filters for Spectate mode, like what character or characters do you want to watch, at what GSP range, with what rule set, and maybe even which country. This is just to name a few examples, but this will make Spectate mode so much better, and I honestly think that if they did this, Spectate mode would actually be worth using. So a different mode nobody probably remembers or even knew that it existed in the first place is background matchmaking. But dear viewer, you are probably asking yourself right now, what does this mode do? Well dear viewer, I'm glad you asked. It is basically normal quick play, but instead of having to wait for a match and not being able to do anything, this mode lets you navigate through the menu while looking for a game, and it even lets you play offline battles while waiting. But it isn't really that handy since you find a game in like 1 or 2 minutes most of the time. There isn't really anything bad about this mode because it's literally just useless. There's no reason for anyone to use this feature unless you and your friend are waiting for a 2v2 game and want to 1v1 in the meantime. And that's basically why it's bad, because it's literally useless. So shared content is not really a mode, but more of a content thing. And honestly, I cannot think of a thing that is bad about it besides some of the content that's on there that is questionable. I mean, you have some questionable custom stages or videos. But that's not Nintendo's fault, is it? That's the community's fault. But I don't think there's anything bad about it that Nintendo could fix. And I also wanted to talk about tournament mode, but I don't think it's worth mentioning since it is so bad in my opinion. So let's move on to the things that I think are missing from online play. So now the last thing I want to talk about is stuff that is missing online. The first thing I think is missing is squad strike. I think we should be able to do this with random people online and with friends. I don't know why they decided you cannot play this online, but it sucks. I personally think it's a really fun mode and would love to be able to play it online. Next up is the menu with all the game modes like Mega Smash. This was honestly such a miss on Nintendo's end. I understand why it might not be available on Quick Play, but it definitely should be playable on Battle Arenas together with all the other options in the menu. So the next one is just a personal thing, but I would love to be able to play World of Light online with friends. I know that a lot of people think it is boring, and it is in my opinion, and I just know that it would be so much better if you could somehow connect with your friends and play it together. This was such a big opportunity that Nintendo just didn't take. I think a leaderboard would be awesome for online play. What I would want is just a leaderboard with total GSP and then being able to filter it to whatever character you want and whatever country you want. I definitely think this would make grinding online a bit more fun since you would actually have new goals to aim for, like top 50 in your country, or top 100 with your character, or maybe even top 200 with your character in your country, or maybe even number 1 in the entire world. I think this would be a great addition to the game to kind of keep the online competitive spark alive. So these are the reasons why Smash Online sucks, and this is going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated. You can also turn on a notification bell if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just so you know when I upload a new video, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.